The Simpsons, Season 36, Episode 3, titled Disbanding Seeking Lisa. Now, this episode is in the category of Lisa feels like an outsider episode. That's basically what the episode is. It's basically Lisa feels like an outsider. She doesn't connect with her family. She doesn't connect with Springfield. Then new people come along. She connects with them, and for whatever reason, the friendship breaks apart, and we go back to the status quo. That's basically that episode format. But it all comes down to, how do you tell this version of the story? How do you tell this version of Lisa feels like an outsider? And that is taking her to Capital City. Because what this story is about is Lisa goes to Capital City with Patty and Selma, hinting more that her family don't even know anything about Lisa, because they take her to a steakhouse, they take her to a play that probably regular 8-year-old would like, but Lisa's into the arty, like look at a painting of a square, and the square tells so much meaning. That is the type of art that she enjoys. And while on this trip at Capital City, they bump into some artsy art people. Lisa gets invited to join them for at least for a night, but Patty Selma says, "No, we got all this planned stuff." But the good to know is that they went into a food coma. Patty Selma goes into a food coma, and then Lisa just tags along with the people she meets, with these artsy people, with these art people. And I wouldn't lie, I was kind of like, look, this it's not bad, it's not a bad episode. It's just, it feels kind of meh, really. It feels kind of like, okay, it's about this and like this version of this. Look, I was waiting for what's going to be the shift, what's going to be the big change, what's going to be the big moment that's going to go back to the status quo. Because the whole thing is, Lisa's getting invited to this, like, the high level arts program, the highest art college in the world. But I was like, how we go back to the status quo? And when it happens, not only hit spoilers and not only hit how that comes around, I just felt that, it's one of those things where you're just waiting for it, because when everything's so happy and gland and everything's like just happy and everything's going well done, you're just waiting for the thing to shift. So the whole time she's hanging out with these art people, I won't lie, I was like, they're not for the good. They have this big plan. What is it? What's the big thing? And I found this episode just fine because of it. Because the third act of it, the first act is pretty solid, where you feel Lisa just not connecting, what she really wants to do, and she's not a fan of Capital City. But what she really wants to do, and she's not allowed doing it because, Patty and Selma have other plans, have other plans and all that kind of stuff. You feel that the outsiderness, even because in my head, even Marge, because here's the thing, you're like, she doesn't connect with Bart, she doesn't connect with Bart, she doesn't connect with Homer. She maybe connects with Maggie, but in my head I'm saying she connects with Marge. But in reality, no, she doesn't. Even Marge is like, here's apple fruit juice, but she's like, but Lisa cares about the camels and the animal cruelty that comes around to these, how it's bad for you and all that kind of stuff, and it's to a point it just annoys Marge to tears, because it's like, it's like, can you just... I think what it is, you can tell, when Marge is like, can you just act like an 88-year-old? Just like a jukebox, here you go. can you not stop reading the internet? Can you stop trying to be the smartest person in the room? And that. By the way, there needs to be an episode, at least, of being a gifted kid. There has to be an episode. She goes to a gift store. I mean, the reason she doesn't like going to a gift store because Lisa likes to be the smartest person in the room. She doesn't like it, but she also likes it. You know what I mean? And that. But the first act I quite like. The second act, I was like waiting for the third act to come along. And when the third act comes along, outside the joke of Superintendent Chalmers having an affair with Lunchberry Doris, and also Lisa's teacher, I was like, that, and also a joke about binge watching and how it's 5:30 and you find out that it's a school day, that I couldn't help but be like, I hope Bart gets the day off if it's 5:30 and because he's busy binge watching with the family. I hope Homer doesn't, I hope he throws a sickie and all that kind of stuff. But outside the joke of like, the family are ringing, Lisa's ringing the phone, but the family's watching a documentary on ringtone, and they have the same ringtone, so they think that the ringtone is not from the phone, but it's from the TV. Outside those two moments, I found the chase to be very repetitive, because it's just a one long chase scene, and a lot of there she is, for like 5 minutes, and for a 20-minute episode, that is a lot. For a 20-minute episode, you're like, God, let's just move on. Let's wrap the story up completely. Let's wrap it up. And they do, and it kind of ends kind of finally. Like, it just acts fine. Like, that's the thing. As I said, this episode's not bad. It's just fine. It's not a bad episode. I have seen other, like, probably one of the best versions of Lisa feels outside. It feels like Lisa feels like an outside episode. Is the one where I forgot the episode's name, but it's the one, I think it's like season 10, I believe, or season 8, where like the Simpsons wives at Flanders' like beast house, and you have jokes like low tires, boys, bloody hell. You got the dud. That episode, that's probably the best version of it. But yeah, I just found this episode the version this season's Lisa outside episode feels just fine. Not bad, but fine, honestly.